UK has an amazing diversity in community languages, including our main Asian, European and Afro-Caribbean communities. Sharon Handley is the Director of Routes into Languages in the North West and Head of Languages at Manchester Metropolitan University. Her passion for community languages is both personal and professional. Well, Sharon, you know lots and lots about languages. Why would you recommend somebody studies a language?
Well, there are a lot of reasons why you would want to study a language. I mean, first of all, obviously it's fantastic when you can go abroad and you can actually speak in the language, be it for holidays or whatever. But it's also fantastic in terms of future careers, because these days all employers are looking for people with language skills. But that's the practical side of it, but it's also just a fantastic experience to learn a language and start to understand other cultures and understand other ways of thinking, other ways of doing things. It makes you rethink the way you do things. So for all of those reasons, language students are really sought after by businesses, for example.
Now, my daughter's 12 and she's doing French and she's doing Latin at school, which is quite a rare one these days.
It is, yes.
Do you think it makes more sense, or it's easier to actually learn a language when you're younger, or can anybody fundamentally learn a foreign language?
Yes. I mean, I think fundamentally anybody can learn a language. It's always worth trying to learn a language even later in life, but it is definitely easier to do it at school. Partly because it can be one of your core subjects at school, so it's part of what you're doing. You don't have other commitments which prevent you from learning your vocabulary and everything. And also it is actually easier to learn a language when you're younger than later in life.
One of the things I know that you're very interested in is the learning of our community languages. What does that mean exactly?
Well, the languages, community languages means the languages spoken by people in the various communities within a region or a country. In the Northwest we have a very culturally diverse region, so you have, for example, Asian communities who speak Punjabi, Gujarati, who speak Urdu or Hindi. You've got a lot of Arabic speakers, you've got a lot of Cantonese speakers, so these are what we understand by community languages. And one of the biggest community languages in this region is actually Urdu.
If you learn a community language in a certain way, what are the big advantages of that then?
Well, the advantages are there are lots of jobs in a multicultural country like Britain, where you are in contact with people who don't necessarily speak English, even though they live here. For example, the National Health Service, nursing, the police force, law as well. They all require people who speak languages other than English, you know, the community languages.
Now, your passion for languages, have you tried to pass that on to your own children?
Yes, I certainly have, yeah. When they were very small, they always spoke Arabic with their dad, and they also went to Arabic supplementary classes at the weekends. And they've both taken languages at school. They took French and Spanish. So yes, I have managed to pass that on to them.